Hello, and welcome to another free live preview of California Psychics, where we show you exactly what it's like to get a reading here with California Psychics. I am your host and moderator, and today we are joined by a new face on the California Psychics live streams, but one of our top-rated psychics on the site, Psychic Cameron. How are you doing today, Cameron?
I'm doing great. Thank you so much for the opportunity, Carson. I'm really looking forward to it.
Yes, and apologies for no camera today, Cameron. I know this came up very last second, but obviously you see in the chat bubble of did you know Mercury retrograde started today? And right when I turned my camera on, I noticed that this appeared. So I'm going to go ahead and turn my camera off and while I get that figured out. But
okay,
for our audience, I do want to list off a few bits of information before we get started in answering y'all's questions today during today's free live preview of California Psychics. First of all, we do have our promo code going on. And if you see scrolling at the bottom of your screen, there's the code LIVE5. Now, if you're a new user here with California Psychics and you really enjoy the readings you're seeing here with Psychic Cameron and us, then why don't you go ahead and use that code LIVE5 scrolling at the bottom of your screen, and you will receive an additional $5 added to your first purchase with us. Again, that code is LIVE5. And if you are wanting to use that extra credit towards your first reading with Psychic Cameron here, make sure to stick around because we'll be shouting out his exact schedule and the ways to reach him later in the live stream today. Now, lastly, before we get started, I want to list off some ground rules for questions we are able to answer during today's live stream. Unfortunately, we are not able to answer any legal or medical related questions here at California Psychics, which does mean we are unfortunately unable to answer any medical questions relating to treatments, medications, pregnancies, or fertility questions. And for legal, this can include court cases, custody battles, and general court decisions. If you do ask about another person, please make sure you at least include their first name, because this will allow Psychic Cameron to connect faster and more accurately answer your question over today's live stream. But without any further ado, Psychic Cameron, if you're ready to start, we can begin answering some questions today.
Let's go for it.
All right. Psychic Cameron is one of our favorites here at California Psychics. So you are going to enjoy today's 1 hour free live preview of our service. And we are going to start off with Tavia. Tavia is asking you, Cameron, what do you see in her future regarding love? Is Derek going to be in the picture?
Right. Okay. Well, first of all, I'm going to ask my guides to just give us some clarity in all the readings that we're doing, and any information that's helpful to you, Tavia, and anybody else. I am asking for that to come through at this time. I'm focused on you and Derek, and just asking for some clarity specifically for you. Okay. So this is what I'm getting. Tavia, what the cards are basically suggesting that there is definitely something positive here in terms of this relationship. I see success with the Three of Wands, and I also have Derek coming in as the King of Coins, and he's actually in the area that relates to the future for the two of you. So there has been conflict. My cards are clear about that. I know that it hasn't been easy, but there is an indication here that I think that you have seen him as someone that you've wanted to be in a relationship long term, and that's very important. What I will say is that I think there is definitely some positive things on their way. But I do feel that there is a conversation that you all are still kind of having about the future. So I would say, listen to what he has to say. The King of Coins is someone who wants to communicate and say things to you. But at the same time, I think it's okay if you have some reservations to just see, exactly what he's offering at this point. Whatever happens with the Nine of Cups, I know you will be happy in a loving relationship, no matter what goes on. But I still think there's a chance here for you and Derek. Oh, Carson, can you hear me? Tavia, I may still be on with you. So I'm just going to maybe give you a little bit more information. Let me
Okay, hello. Are we? Oh my goodness. Oh my God. Mercury retrograde is in full effect today. And oh my goodness, I got kicked off, and so I could not even pick questions for everybody. So we really, really thank you for standing by, and we are ready to start answering questions again. I will try not to touch anything else so that we don't break anything else. And Cameron, thank you so much for your patience. This is not
Oh,
normally how the
absolutely.
lives go. So
The Mercury retrograde literally started today. So all is, that this is what happens. So we're going to work right through it.
all right. Our next question, and thank you once again for everybody's patience, is going to be from Christina. Christina is
Sure.
asking, Cameron, what do you see in store for her love life in 2025? She's currently single at the moment and looking to mingle.
Sure, absolutely. Christina, thank you so much for your question. I'm focused on you, and I'm asking my guides what's happening for you in terms of your love life in 2025. Um, okay, so here's what I'm getting. Uh, the indication here is that you are definitely, this is going to be a good year for you. I see that there may have been a period where you might have taken a break from dating. Maybe there were some other priorities going on in terms of what you have been, kind of focusing on. And I can also see from the cards that I'm seeing, particularly the Five of Coins, there may even be a little bit of how do I kind of jump back in here. Some people really gravitate to, apps and things. Other people want something that feels a little bit more organic in terms of meeting someone at a party or their kind of style. What I feel in terms of your reading, and what the cards reflect with the Ten of Cups, in my readings, this means that there's going to be interest in you. I feel like your energy is very strong right now, very attractive in the sense that you're looking for that person, but it can't just be anybody. I feel like you've got to, your standards are high, and I can see that you're looking for something that's long term. There actually is a person who appears in the reading very close to you. So my sense is that there is something definitely coming. I think 2025 is the year for you to find this long-term partner. Don't be afraid if you go on a date or two, you have a good time, but you're like, this isn't quite the thing. Don't feel like you have to force anything. When this person comes, you'll know it. And when I move you into the early spring, I already feel like something is kind of, percolating in a way where you're like, okay, this feels very, very right. So, look for that. And I think, I see success definitely for you in 2025.
Amazing reading, Cameron. And Christina, we thank you for joining us, and we hope that did resonate with you, that reading from Cameron. Our next one for you, Cameron, is going to be from Izzy, or no, from Fran. Excuse me.
Okay.
When will the Aries and her and Fran reconcile? And thank you as well. And also today is her birthday, and happy birthday, Fran. Thank you for
Oh,
joining us as well.
happy birthday, Izzy.
Oh, so
Oh, I'm
it's
sorry.
Fran.
Oh, Fran, excuse me. I saw something. Yes. Hi, Fran. Happy birthday. So yeah, let me take a look at you and the Aries. And I just want to give my cards a good shuffle here. So this is what is coming up in terms of the spread. There is definitely some movement here, and also with the Wheel of Fortune, something more positive. As I see it in the cards, I feel like there is definitely a connection with this person. There's no doubt about that in terms of what I'm seeing. And I know that you have had something deep with the Aries, in terms of that trust. The only thing is, the cards indicate that sometimes there have been challenges here. Aries are wonderful, very independent, very much kind of doing their own thing. Sometimes, if there's too much of that, you may feel a little bit isolated in the relationship, or you may feel like, okay, well, I'm kind of on my own. And so there is an indication. I feel like when you all had this breakup, part of the issue with the Seven of Cups upside down was that you weren't given enough information about what they were thinking long term. Things were fine in the short term, and maybe they really like to, kind of enjoy the relationship, but they didn't want to really make a lot of plans. So when the Aries comes back, and I believe that this is going to happen, possibly before the end of the year, but it's not a long time from now. Get that clarification that you need. The connection will still be there, but there's something going on with your Aries. When I see the Five of Swords, this is something related to their past that makes them a little bit commitment phobic. If I spoke to you directly and picked up on your energy in our call, I could give you more details about that history. But the point basically is good stuff there, but get that clarity before you make any commitment if you decide to go ahead and get back in that relationship.
All right. Thank you, Fran, for stopping by. And that was a fantastic reading, Cameron.
Oh,
Our
thank you.
next
Thanks,
one
Fran.
for you is going to be from Charlotte. Truly
Okay.
appreciate you for your help, Cameron. She is curious to know about her relationship moving forward with Devante.
Hmm.
When will the two of them be in contact, and is it still being seen as us being in a committed relationship together? Thank you, and your answer is appreciated.
Sure, Charlotte. Thank you for your time. And let me definitely shuffle here. I always want to get a good, get your energy into my cards. And I'm focused on you and Devante. So this is what's coming up for the two of you. Basically, he appears in the reading, and pretty quickly, if I see someone within the first six cards, that shows me the intensity between the two of you. Because Devante appears as the King of Cups and he's upside down, that often means in my readings that there's a lot of emotion there, but there may be a part of it where he's not able to express it. I have a feeling that there may have been a difficult breakup in the past with him, but there's something that I'm seeing that creates a kind of sadness. And I don't mean just with you, but I mean in terms of a challenge, maybe even prior to the two of you getting together. This is my feeling. I actually have you coming into the reading now. You're the Queen of Cups. This is a woman who's very loving and very giving. And I know that you all had some kind of connection right when you met. It probably just, I mean, I'm careful about things like love at first sight, but this was a pretty powerful thing. But I have to tell you, in your reading, and this happens sometimes, people will ask me, oh, is it this one or that one? Sometimes a person, person X pops in, and it may not be, it's usually, if it's the King of Wands, it's someone you haven't met. So let me say this to you based on what I'm seeing. It's very likely that Devante will come back and there will be some contact. I'm being shown that it may not be right away, so just be aware of that. But this is very important, and I say this in some of my relationship readings. You may still feel a lot of feelings for him, but I don't think it should be a lot of hard work. So, not unlike we were talking about just a little while ago, if you feel the inclination and the connection is there, have that conversation. But my guides, when I see that other person, is basically it's a way of them saying, if for some reason it doesn't fit, there is still love that is coming into your life. And it may be that you just have to expand the circle and consider that there may be someone else out there. So at this point, I think that commitment is possible. It's not, it's not looking bad in terms of Devante, but I think it's okay to keep your options open as well and see what else Spirit may have in store for you.
All right. Thank you for joining us, Charlotte. And we hope that question or that answer did resonate with you. That answer to that question, Cameron, was fantastic. And I want to give
Yeah, it's
everybody
deep, Charlotte. I just wanted to say it's deep. So yeah, if we speak, some of those particulars we can get into more. But I just wanted to give you the overview here. So yeah,
of
thank you
course.
for your time. Thanks, Carson.
And I just wanted to very quickly shout out the best way to reach Psychic Cameron, because Psychic Cameron has been providing some excellent answers today, and we still have quite a bit to go during today's free live preview. But for those who are wondering, when is the very next time that you're going to be online and ready for those one-on-one private reading experiences away from the live stream and with a guaranteed answer to their question? And also, Cameron, can you let everybody know what is your regular schedule throughout the week after the next time you get online?
Yeah, sure. Carson, I'm usually on most evenings, about 10 Eastern Standard Time until like around 1 or 2. I'll be on definitely for 2 hours this evening, starting at 10. I'll also, when we finish the live stream, take a little bit of a break, give the dog a walk, and then I'll log back on for anybody who either wants a follow up or heard something that they liked. On the weekends, I definitely tend to be on at a longer time on Saturdays and Sundays, usually afternoon into late evening. So please find me, and if you're in my queue, we'll go from there. And there's the CP as a text option, so you can find out if you directly want to reach me. If I see that you're there, I will log on for you, because I know sometimes things need to be worked out pretty quickly with the relationship stuff. So that's kind of what I'm looking at. But mostly evenings and weekends are great.
Perfect. And yes, Psychic Cameron will be on right after this live stream. So if you wanted to continue that experience, go ahead and go to californiapsychics.com. You can click the link in the description of the live stream you're watching right now, and that will pull up Psychic Cameron's profile as well as the ways to hop right into his queue or send those text-based reading options if you prefer something like that as well. So yes, go ahead and connect with Psychic Cameron today on californiapsychics.com or the California Psychics app. But we still have a lot of time left in Cameron. Our next question that is coming up for you is from Daniel. Daniel is thinking about switching careers to IT. Do you think this will be a wise decision for Daniel long term?
Sure, Daniel, I love career questions. I love them all, but there's a special thing that I have for some career questions. So yes, let's take a look. Excuse me. I'm focused on you, and I'm just asking about you in terms of IT. So this is what I'm getting. The cards indicate, yes, this could be very good for you. When I see the Seven of Cups, and I love seeing this card in career professional readings, because this basically is talking about something that you've been dreaming about doing. And because it's right side up, this seems to be something that's been very important to you. There may, again, have been times where maybe you felt pressured to go into a particular direction or something, went a certain way. But I actually am being shown here. There may have been something not too long ago, work related, that's made you think it's time to really do this. So I don't know if you had an experience at the job you're working now or something that felt a bit disruptive. With the cards that I'm seeing here, it could even be a difficult boss. But I have said in other types of readings that sometimes this can be the kind of thing to move you forward into the thing that you love the most. So even though I see that you're being a bit cautious, which is not bad, and you may have some parts of you that's like, hey, am I really doing the right thing here? I feel empathically like this is really going to be right for you. And the great news is, because in my other deck, I have the Alchemist here. Sometimes when you go into something that's very right for you, it's like you just kind of fly up the ladder in a way that it might take someone else a longer amount of time. So for some reason, when I focus on you, there is some training involved or something, but I feel like whatever that is, you'll probably cut it in half because you're so excited about this and it feels so right to you. So from what I'm seeing, and I just want to leave you with this, the Two of Cups, which is usually a relationship card, in career readings, it's like a perfect match. And that's a card that's ended in the future for you. So I feel like it's all systems go, and good luck with everything.
Awesome. We hope that did resonate with you, Daniel. And it was nice to see you join our live stream today. And also an amazing answer from you, Cameron, as well.
Thank you. Thank you.
Our next question comes from Melissa. Melissa is asking you, Cameron, what is in store for her relationship with Anika? She is born, or we have a birthday coming up soon for Melissa, coming at 12/10.
Yes.
And then
Fantastic.
yes, a Sagittarius and I believe a Pisces.
A Pisces, absolutely. Yes. Great. Thanks, Carson. Yes, let's take a look. And I'm focused on you, Melissa, and Annika. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. And just seeing what my guides are showing for the two of you. Okay, so this is what I'm getting. The cards indicate basically there is something, again, about this that is very successful. And I believe that, I mean, this is beautiful. In terms of the center of the reading, the Empress is my card for marriage and long-term relationship. So I believe actually you all seem to be on a path of something long term. And with the Three of Cups, this is another indication of something positive. I love when people get together and have wonderful times. So I like to be optimistic, but I also will always give you the truth in terms of any challenges that I see. It does seem that with Anika, there is something possibly going on with family or some kind of challenge that I feel may be getting in the way. And so, again, the cards are indicating with the Ace of Swords, there may be some actions that you all take together, supporting each other, making a plan, whatever that looks like, because I do feel sometimes that there may be something around her. It's not enough to stop anything, but it can provide a challenge. And that can be something that you all, just feel that need to be supportive of each other. I will say this as a final thing, because I really think you all are in a good place. But with the Four of Swords, that usually means a need to take a break or to have a kind of a timeout. I actually think that something may happen for you two in terms of travel. And I actually don't see a lot of family around. So if you all are planning something, this could even be after the holidays where you decide to go off and really spend some time. Could be a bed and breakfast, could be a resort, whatever that is. I think that's going to be a very pivotal time. And you can also take that time to focus on your future plans together for 2025.
All right. Now, thank you, Melissa, for stopping by. I did see your comment as well, saying that it was Anika that is the Pisces and you the Sagittarius, but
Oh, right.
Cameron did not mention, too much of the dynamics of there. So I was ready to correct just in case, but
No, that's
um,
great. That's great. I know. I
but
appreciate it. I definitely weave that in depending on what my cards show me, or sometimes the birthdays are helpful, Carson. If I see the Queen of Cups and I know, okay, that is definitely the Pisces that I'm looking at. And that helps me to kind of frame the whole, the story that I'm telling.
perfect. And she does say thank you as well for that reading, Cameron.
Sure.
So amazing. And thank you for joining us, Melissa. Our
Thanks,
next
Melissa.
question comes from Serena.
Oh,
Serena is currently unemployed and she is looking in Apple Valley, California for a new job, but should she be looking for an administration or an administration position or as an IT professional? Where do you think she'll
interesting.
have more luck in?
Yeah, let's take a look, Serena. It's amazing because we were just talking about IT stuff. So that's great when we get a chance to kind of compare these notes. I'm focused on you, and I'm asking very specifically about you in terms of your next steps. So this is what I'm getting. The cards indicate that basically there's something positive coming up for you work wise. Now it's a little bit different than what I was looking at before with the other career reading that we were doing. There is an indication here that usually when I see the Eight of Coins, someone needs a certain amount of independence. There may even be something going on where someone has an idea that they'd like to start a business of their own. So if I'm reading for you and I see this card, before we get into any of the specifics of what you're asking about, I may say to you, oh, have you been wanting to start your own business or do something independent in that way? But I'll put that on hold for now. The main thing is I think you actually will get a job, possibly something temporary in one of these professions, but for some reason I feel something creative going on around you where that would be enough maybe for now, but there may be more that's coming. You come up in my cards right away, the Queen of Coins, which is you making money and manifesting. And there does seem to be a network and support. Usually when I see the Four of Wands, there's just a need for a bit more structure. So that can be, for example, reaching out to an agency that may be helping you to find something, or having someone that that you just share with them again. Hey, I'm looking for something. Have you heard about anything? But I feel that you have some interview or callback prior to the end of the year, and I get a very strong feeling that this will put you in line for one of these jobs. So if you're asking me admin versus IT professional, for some reason I'm kind of connecting to admin because I think it's going to give you room for the other things that I'm seeing. But that feels to me like whatever this is that you choose, you're going to have an interview before the end of the year. And if we speak personally, we can delve into more if that resonates with you about the other things that I'm seeing. But definitely, I see success for you in 2025, whatever it is that you choose. I will say one final thing, Carson, just before we finish this part of the reading. There is a woman who comes up beside you. She's in the reading as well, and she feels pretty confident in someone who seems to know something that will be helpful to you. So look for that support pretty much within the next, I would even say 7 to 10 days. And I think she's going to help you get an interview as soon as you reach out to her.
All right. Well, Serena, we hope that does. Oh, she is saying yes, yes, and we hope that does resonate with you. And we hope that the best luck for you in your job search, and we hope that all turns around soon. Definitely keep us updated as well.
Yes, please.
Our next question for you, Cameron, comes from Cece. Cece is asking if there is going to be any reconciliation between her and Dwayne. Is Dwayne seeing somebody while Cece is away? He is a Leo and she is a Gemini, if that helps as well.
Okay. Cece, I'm focused on you and Dwayne, and I'm asking about a reconciliation and also if he's seeing someone, just to get some clarity for you about those two questions. In terms of what I'm looking at here, there is a part of this where I don't feel that he's by nature a cheater, but he does come up in my cards, the King of Swords upside down. Now, the thing about Leos, and I love all the signs, everybody's amazing in their own way, but I do interpret some of my love readings through my experience as an astrologer. So while I don't feel that he's exactly been seeing someone, there is a part of that Leo need for attention and kind of being seen, where he may have the occasional flirt, or maybe he's loving that some people are kind of interested in him in a certain kind of way. I think you may know what I'm talking about. It's interesting because actually there is a man beside him who I think is a friend of his, and they may go out together, and I'm not sure this friend is a great influence, but that's something else. But the point is, I think when he's in a certain kind of group, they may go out and that kind of thing, to just for the attention. But when it comes to people who really get him, my sense is that he's more private. I don't feel a lot of people close to him. Now, I will say this for the two of you. The Four of Swords in this context, when it's upside down, means for me an interruption. It's a relationship where people have, for whatever reason, struggled, and they've gone to their separate corners just to kind of take a break, a timeout, and then usually there is a reconciliation. So my sense is that you are going to come back together, and I think this may happen before the end of the year. We're only talking 1 month. However, because you got unfinished business, but this is important. There is stuff that you all are still working through in the past. His tendency may be to say, "Hey, I'm back. How you been? Let's go out for dinner." And you're going to want to talk it out as a Gemini, but don't skip any steps. If there's something that you still have on your chest from when you all broke up, definitely make that clear. So my sense is that there's something that's still here, but I think you really have to get that information before you really go back into that relationship and make a commitment.
All right. Thank you, CC, for joining us, and we hope that situation does all work out for you in the end. Definitely keep us updated as well. Now, right before we get into our next question, I did notice that we have another interruption from one of our dubious psychics. Now, you may recognize Mystic Biscuits.
Introducing the one and only relationship guru, Mystic Biscuits, who can sniff out your future life partner.
Rejected. We reject 98% of the psychics who apply. Talk with the real deal at California Psychics.
Introducing the one and only...
Whoops. Got the loop set up on that one wrong, but that was Mystic Biscuits. And while he is cute, something tells me he might not be the best source of trusted insight when you are looking for real answers. Now, if you are looking for real answers, we've got it here at California Psychics, where we provide you only with the real deal, like Psychic Cameron here. You've seen a little bit of a free preview of his abilities and what it's like whenever you get a reading here with California Psychics. But I'm sure everybody is dying to know, when you go to CaliforniaPsychics.com or the California Psychics app, they can book a reading with you, Psychic Cameron, and some of our other psychics. But you've been the star of our show today. So, Psychic Cameron, when is the very next time that you are going to be online and ready for readings and your regular schedule throughout the week for those who want to connect later?
Yeah, I'm as I was saying before, I'll be on definitely after this. Some people may want to follow up, or someone may have heard something that was helpful to them. So I've got a dog that I'll give a quick walk to. I'll kind of warm up my coffee, and then I'll just kind of hang out for a couple of hours. I'm definitely scheduled on for tonight from 10 until 12 Eastern Standard Time, and then throughout the week, I'm on at that same time in the evenings and definitely the weekends. But like I said, put yourself in my queue and we will find a way to connect. And once we connect through one reading, the CP text option allows us to check in. So then you can text me directly and say, Cameron, are you available? And if you need me, I'm there.
Yes, we have different ways to reach our psychics, especially through our psychic notes option, where, yes, well, like Cameron said, once you get your first reading with your psychic, you can go ahead and send like a follow-up psychic notes message. Hey, what was that last thing you told me in our reading? Or, for example, Cameron, are you ready to read right now? Those are some of the
Right.
quick questions you can ask during that, and on the California Psychics app or California Psychics website. But you can click the link in the description to pull up Psychic Cameron's page on CaliforniaPsychics.com, hop right into his call queue, or send that offline or online text-based message if that is how you prefer to read. It is also a one-on-one reading, so you get to have complete privacy during your readings, away from the live streams and etc. So make sure to connect today. Our next question for you, Cameron, is from Diana. Diana is
Okay.
asking, is it over between Sarah and Diana? When can
Mhm.
she expect contact, and will they ever be in the exclusive relationship that she is wanting?
Okay, sure. I appreciate it. It's really a time for a lot of people, looking at love and relationships, and I really that's important to me. So I'm focused on the two of you, Diana, and I'm asking for some clarity. This is what I'm getting for the two of you. What I'm seeing, yeah, I mean, there is an indication here of, I also see with the Four of Swords, as I was mentioning before, the interruption for the two of you. And there's something powerful here in terms of this relationship. Definitely, it's deep. I know that. The problem that I see is that, and this will come up sometimes, there's a need for a change when I focus on Sarah. And this can happen sometimes. It can feel like a bit of a disconnect, but hear me out. You can feel connected to someone deep in your heart, almost like you have this powerful, contract between the two of you. But then, in terms of what's actually happening, you can't find a way to come together that's right for the two of you. When I focus on Sarah, I have to be honest with you. I get quite a few swords, 10 of swords, 9 of swords. These are cards that mean basically something again in his history. It's not the kind of thing where you have an argument one night about Chinese versus Italian for dinner, or that kind of thing. It's deeper, and what that usually means is when it's time to make that commitment, something kind of breaks down. So when I see him, I feel there's a privacy, the Hermit card upside down, some part of him that's protective. And even as much as the two of you really care about each other, there is an indication here that there's a need for some kind of change for you to feel supported. So this is what I'm going to offer you. I expect that there will be some contact because I do feel that he has thought of you and been thinking about you and wants to, reconnect with you in some way. But in terms of an exclusive relationship, there's something about this that I think he's still working through, and you need to get some answers. If I will say this finally, with your future, with the Page of Wands, all these pages represent something new. So I will say sometimes to my clients, if you find it really hard to let go of Sarah, think of the two of you in a circle, which can be very beautiful, but then draw a bigger circle around that in terms of what spirit may have in store for you. Oh, you're confirming. Okay, yeah. I'm careful here in terms of, I don't want to seem judgmental or anything, but yes, there's a lot going on. And so the bottom line is see him as part of your journey. And if he fits in with you and you all are in sync, that's fantastic. But if you find that that gap is just too far, almost like in a relay race where you're supposed to hand off the baton, if you can't reach him and he's too far behind you, don't you stop running the race, because there is happiness in store for you. It just may be coming again in terms of a new opportunity. I hope that's clear. Again, call me if you want me to break that down a bit more.
He
Yeah,
does say she
absolutely.
does. Yeah.
Yeah,
So, all right.
yeah,
We hope that did resonate with you, that reading from Cameron, Diana. And thank you for stopping by today.
yeah.
Here
Thanks.
in a few minutes, after our next couple of questions, we're going to be switching over to our card pull section of the live stream. And we switch over to this card pull section of the live stream during the last final stretch to give you an extra chance to get your question answered as we get through those questions a little bit quicker.
Yes.
Before we get to that, we still have time for a couple more questions, and our next one should come from Pamela.
Mm,
Pamela's birthday is coming up. Happy early birthday, Pamela, on Friday. She's planning on going away, but can you
mm.
give a birthday reading? What is going on for Pamela's birthday coming up this Friday?
Yeah, sure. For you, Pamela, the card I've chosen is the Nine of Coins. And what that basically means is that it feels to me like this is a time where you've been waiting for some things to come together in your life. Nine is a card that almost reaches completion before it goes to 10. 10 becomes 1, which is a new start. And so as I see it here, there's something about this particular birthday that I feel you almost can feel going into this new year that you're going to have a lot of things come together that you've been working on. So there are ways that I think things haven't always been at peace. Maybe you've had a feeling that your power either hasn't been appreciated, or there's been some challenges. I'm definitely being careful, only one card, but I got to say, I do see that there's been some things going on. But just remember, things are coming together for you, and this is not just for what's happened last year, but you've been basically kind of ready for this to come together, and this is definitely going to be your year. So happy birthday.
All right. Happy birthday, Pamela. And our next question, real quick, is going to be from Stephanie, who's uh, requesting. She's asking, will she be having
Hmm.
more luck in love in 2025? Is there anybody
Hmm.
coming her way, new or
Yeah.
old? Thank you.
Sure, absolutely. I'm picking a card for you. There is an indication here of a breakup, Stephanie, and this is the Two of Cups. Because it's upside down, that doesn't mean that no one is coming. But I have to say, just because I have to clarify, it's so tough for me to only pick one card. This is a challenge. But I do get the King of Cups beside it. So I know that there's an X that's powerfully around you in terms of what you're working through. My guidance would be this. We've talked about this tonight. There may still be feelings for this person that run deep, may not even have been last year, could be some time before that. But because this card is here, what I'm basically seeing is you are going to have luck in love in 2025. But I think you may have to release this person and release him with love, at least for now, to let something new in. So if that's still holding on to you in some way, just again, wish him well, kind of see what the universe has in store for you. But yes, good things are coming. I just know that this is still, I think, a little heavy on your heart.
All right. Thank you, Stephanie, for your questions, for stopping by today. Now we are going to be switching over to our card pull section of the live stream, where for the next 15 minutes, we are going to be answering questions in the form of card pull questions. Now you could request card pulls like love, career, general, life path, etc. And the reason we are doing this is to give you an extra opportunity to get your question answered during these final 15 minutes as we answer these just a little bit quicker and have everybody, but as well, Cameron, I forgot to mention this, but we are also going to be doing a collective reading here at the end during the last few minutes where we kind of just do a past, present, future tarot spread for anybody who hasn't gotten their questions answered. We'll just kind of do it as a general collective at the end of the live stream. So if you do not get your question answered by then, make sure to stick around for that collective reading so you can walk away with at least something for today's free live preview. Now, finally, Cameron, I want to give real quick another shout out of your hours. Can you let everybody know when is the very next time you're going to be online and ready for those one-on-one readings on California Psychics and your regular schedule throughout the week?
Yes, definitely tonight, right after the reading, I'll have some time. Just give me a little, maybe 15-minute break. And then on this evening for just a couple of hours. And then for the rest of the week, evening time, you'll see it on my schedule, and definitely weekends.
All right. Now we can go ahead and get started. And remember that you can always click the link in the description to pull up Psychic Cameron's profile on CaliforniaPsychics.com, where you can hop right into his call queue or send him an online or offline message, or even book an appointment. And if you're having any trouble booking with Psychic Cameron or any of our other psychics, make sure you go to our California Psychics customer care line, say, hey, I'm having some trouble booking with Cameron, and they will get you set up at an appointment slot that works for both you and Cameron. All righty. So our first card pull to get us started with is from Jasmine. Jasmine is requesting a love card, please, Cameron, if we can give one for her.
Sure. I'm focused on you, Jasmine. And this is what I'm getting. Yes. So definitely, this is beautiful. The Page of Cups is here, and this is brand new love coming into your life. Something in terms of a new opportunity, someone maybe that you haven't met yet, or maybe just a new experience around love. Now, I'm really, this is a challenge for me because I'll sometimes do a reading for someone, and there's 20 cards here. And I said before, I read from other decks. So to limit myself to one card, I always want to get the inside scoop. So I look at other cards to see what happened before, what happened afterwards. But yes, I will be disciplined. So this card for your love card just says basically, be open to the new opportunities that are coming. It's particularly if it's a Page of Cups, it's the kind of thing where it's saying, you know what, just there's not a lot of baggage, there's not a lot of heaviness. Go and see what just makes you happy and have fun. I have a feeling, particularly about you, that when you're in your joy, you're just, irresistible in terms of someone really loving your personality. And I feel like that is absolutely what you need right now. So if there's something particularly that you enjoy doing, and that could be anything from going, walking in the park to taking a yoga class, whatever that is, follow that joy and the love will definitely follow. But something new is coming definitely for you.
Amazing. Our next card pull is going to be for Ramina, who is requesting also another love card, please, Cameron.
Okay, sure. Ramina, I'll pick a card for you as well. What I'm getting for you, and the card that I've chosen, is the Six of Cups. And this is definitely a card that can relate to a feeling of longing, a deep passion, something in your heart that's saying, I really want this experience. Now, I'll see this sometimes if there is also someone who you gave your heart to and you feel that deep connection with. Perhaps that person isn't quite, where you need them to be, or they are not around at this time. For whatever this can mean to you, this says to me that you still have a great capacity for love. And what that is saying to me is don't be limited by whatever the circumstances are. Some of us are very deep lovers, but we just haven't found the person to kind of receive it. And if you know how to throw a fastball, you got to have somebody who can really catch that. So don't give up. Keep that strength and that feeling of desire that's so powerful in your heart. You're a deep lover in the sense that when you give a lot, and someone's coming who can receive that. It can't be anybody. It's got to be someone who really gets you. But that's on its way, definitely.
Amazing. Thank you, Romina, for stopping by, and we hope you enjoyed that card pull. Our next one is for Verena, who's requesting a dealer's choice card pull, please. And thank you in advance, Cameron.
Dealer's choice. Now that's a new one. Does that mean just kind of just whatever comes up, just talk about that?
Yes, and you could say in the form of love, career, general, and just kind of in your format. What do you want
All
to?
right.
What
Okay,
topic would you
sure.
like to read for Verena?
Yeah, I'm just going to ask what the guides want you to know when I've pulled this card. So, yeah, what's coming up here is the sense that I get that you are feeling the need to be free in some way. There are circumstances I feel around you that are you're strong and you can handle a lot, and you have handled a lot. But there is something where I feel like there's a kind of a new frontier. Sometimes I will see this kind of thing, Verena, when people are shifting careers, but it can be also another area to it. It can be a part of you that's feeling like I want to go and live in a different country, or I want to explore something in my heart that I've never done before. But you may not have the people around you to give you the permission and say, yes, absolutely do that. You may feel like, hey, I want to be free to do what I want to do. Be prepared in the next, I would say, couple of weeks, and this may be happening already, for things to come through in your dream state and for spirit to give you little cues. You'll recognize them pushing you in a direction that I think you already know you want to go in. But if for any reason you're feeling stuck or you're feeling trapped, the card is basically saying this freedom is going to come from you, and then everybody else will adjust to your new reality. Don't look to them, look to yourself, and let them catch up with you.
Amazing. Thank you, Verena, for stopping by. Our next one is for Amanda. Amanda is requesting a love card, please. And will she be finding her person soon?
Sure. Amanda, I'm focused on you and I'm asking for your love card. So interesting, the love readings, but the cards are different. Now, in your case, it is the Eight of Wands. And in my readings, I see that as a timeline card. It means that something's going to happen fairly soon. So if you have been looking or you've been interested, my sense is that you have an energy that's very much when you want something or you want to go for it, you come like guns blazing, you're right there. There is definitely an exciting energy that I feel around you finding this person. And I feel like this is a good card for you. So please know, I can tend to be a little bit conservative with my timelines. I hate for people to be disappointed. But this can mean literally, I've had people call me and a week later, they're like, I was standing in line at the grocery store and the person said, would you like to have a cup of coffee? Whatever that looks like, the meeting will be right excuse me, for you in terms of what's coming. But yes, this definitely indicates something soon, and I feel like when it happens you might find yourself falling in love pretty quickly. So yeah, good luck. I think it looks good for you going forward.
Amazing. Thank you, Amanda, for stopping by, and we hope that answer did resonate with you. Next one, or actually, right before we get into our next question, Cameron, I did want to shout out one final time as we kind of wind down our today's free live preview of California Psychics. When is the very next time you're going to be online and ready for those one-on-one reading experiences on CaliforniaPsychics.com and your regular schedule throughout the week?
Yeah, I'm on tonight. For people who've been, going the journey with us, like I said, check in with me after this, after a short break. I'm on tonight. I'm on every night this week for a couple of hours at least. Sometimes I sneak in during the day and definitely on the weekends. But once we've had a reading, you will go into the notes section and then we'll have a communication. So if something goes weird and you're just like, oh my God, you won't believe what he did today, I can write you back and I'll say, hey, I'm on tonight at 6, and then we can kind of go from there. So yeah, but definitely this week I'll be on quite a bit.
All right. And yes, remember that you can always click the link in the description to pull up Psychic Cameron's profile on CaliforniaPsychics.com, or you can connect to the California Psychics app. And if you're having any troubles booking, make sure you call our customer care line here at California Psychics. Now, our card pull is going to be for Ava Cameron, and she is requesting a love card, please, for her and Ryan.
Sure. I'm looking at the two of you, and I'm just the card that I've pulled is the Ace of Coins. Now, this is a powerful card. Many people will think of it just in terms of money, but in this context, it's about support. So there's something that I feel is going on here that definitely seems like there's a foundation that you all are building. Because the card is right side up, it feels to me like this is definitely, it's something that is mutual and feels good for the two of you. Now, of course, Eva, relationships are very complicated. So if I turn over six more cards, I may get a little bit of the backstory. And, we all have our challenges, excuse me. But this definitely seems to define what you all are doing. And there's something that I think you are both happy with. And that's definitely going to see you through. So this looks good. And I think you all feel very right for each other. Excuse me. Sorry.
No, no worries. Perfect. All right, Ava. We hope that answer did resonate with you. We want to thank you for stopping by today. Now we have time to answer a couple more questions, and then we'll have time for our collective reading. So make sure you stick around if you haven't gotten your question answered yet, because we will have an answer that you can walk away from in regards to the future this week. Our next card is actually in saying the future. I see a card for Alicia, who is requesting a future card. Please, Cameron.
Sure. Absolutely. Actually, I chose a different deck for you, Alicia. Again, I kind of have three on the go, depending on where my intuition tells me to go. I actually pulled a card for friendship related to you. I think you have some very strong friendships. You may find that people are really coming to you for support. You feel empathic to me and very loving. And there is definitely, I feel the need. Things may be in such a way for some of your friends that they are thinking, okay, I really want to reach out. I want to talk, that kind of thing. So friendship is very a big deal in 2025, but also, and I just feel this empathically for you, self-care is important too. Don't be afraid to have those times where you do turn off the phone, where you do, because I just feel intuitively that you're the kind of person who, if someone's out on the side of the road or something, you're going to grab those keys and be there before they even hang up the phone. So you are that person, but make sure that that friendship extends to yourself and how you protect yourself as well in terms of the people coming to you, because there's a lot in terms of that support that people are going to be asking for.
All right. Thank you for stopping by, and we hope that did resonate with you, that answer. Our next card pull is going to be for Scorpio Angel. She is requesting a career card. Thank you for stopping by.
Wow. Okay, Scorpio Angel, what have we got here? Interesting. So, first of all, all my water signs tend to have some psychic ability. Scorpios are powerful, and every sign, if you call me, I'll tell you what's going on with your sign and some other things too. But the thing I see around you, you've got to be in a place where you can really exercise your power. I get the rebel around you, and I feel like there's something, if you are put into a box, none of us like it, but some people really, really kind of push back. So in terms of career, you definitely have to have something that meets you in terms of the power that I see around you. If it's not a right fit, sometimes you may even feel people are projecting things on you, or they're not really, something's not quite clicking. So this feels to me like the year where you really figure this out. But I just feel from what I'm being shown here, there may be something around advocacy. There may be something where you are involved in something in terms of leadership. But you've got a lot of power, Scorpio Angel, and I think you're going to use it to benefit others. But like I said, it's got to be right for you. So something definitely feels decisive in February. Look for something around that time in terms of some clarity that's very important to you. You're going to have something prior to that, but this will also, something's going to be decided in February. It's going to be very important and life-changing.
Perfect. Next one is for Linda, who's requesting a career card. When will this job offer come, please? Any insight?
Sure. Linda, I'm looking at you in terms of the job piece. you've put in a lot of work and sacrifice, and it's been a little bit tricky finding this new job, but it's not far off. If I see a particular card that represents the sacrifice that you've made, it usually means it's something in my career reading, something is just around the corner. So I would say look for something really in these next couple of weeks. Don't let this discourage you in any way in terms of what's happening. And I have a good feeling for you. I mean, we're in the holiday time, but even in that week or two before the end of the year, there could be some offers or something coming your way. So yeah, I feel confident about that. Um, Look for yeah. I keep feeling like there's something that's coming up. I'm getting a good feeling around the 12th through the 14th, but keep putting yourself out there, and something's definitely going to come together for you.
All right. Now, Linda, we hope that did resonate with you, that message. And now we are going to be switching over to our collective portion of the live stream. Now, if you have not gotten your question answered right now, now that we are winding down this free live preview of California Psychics, we're going to make sure that you at least walk away with something. So, Cameron, can you go ahead
Yeah.
and very quickly shout out your hours the next time you're going to be online and ready for those one-on-one readings after the free live preview of California Psychics today? And then can we do a past, present, future reading for this week as a collective reading?
Right, sure. And when you say past, present, just like an overall view for everybody, like what they can kind of look forward to.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, sure. Yeah, I'm on this evening. I'm on all week. In the evenings, I'm kind of a night owl, so you might catch me at 2 or 3 if you wake up in the middle of the night and you feel like you're kind of thinking about your ex. Find me. I'll be up with my coffee. And also on the weekends, I tend to sometimes just like to take care of the dog, sit down with a cup of tea or something and just see who's around. So let's just have a good time. And yeah, I mean, I'm around. And definitely, as I was saying before, if you're in my queue, if we've read before, if there's a way, we may be able to communicate through the notes. We'll find each other and we'll go from there. But yes, I'm on all this week.
Perfect. And now we are going to be starting our past, present, future collective reading. Now that we are
Sure.
reaching the end of today's live stream, we want to make sure that you at least walk away with some insight that you can take away for this week. Cameron, if you want to get us started for the next few minutes.
Yeah, actually, I've got my 3 decks and I chose one card for each. So basically, what I'm getting here with Judgment, Visionary, and Change, this is a time to be careful. We're not judging to put ourselves down or make ourselves wrong, but we're assessing. We're looking at, and this is a perfect spread, by the way. My guides are showing me this as we're approaching the end of the year. This is exactly what we want. So we're taking inventory, we're taking stock. If it's a relationship, is this working for me? Is it not? Maybe it's not about who's right and who's wrong, but just where does this fit into my life right now? But we're just looking at things. If it's finances, how do I manage my finances? It's that kind of scrutiny that we're looking at as we're approaching the new year. The visionary card is just saying, okay, that's past the judgment. The visionary is present. Where do I want to go? What is my next move? Excuse me. How do I see things? Don't be afraid to dream big. This is a time where that's really, really important. And then the card for change is just saying, okay, what do I need to adjust to make these two realities reconcile? Where I've been, what I want, and where I'm going. And if those 3 things, it's almost like a recipe. I've got a lot of Taurus, so I like practical stuff. But you're basically just putting all that together, adding a little bit of spirit kind of guiding you. And I really think there's going to be some great manifestation in 2025. But these are the building blocks to get there. You can't do it wrong. It's all about intention, but just let yourself have that moment to reflect. That's true for all of us. And a lot of us are going to find that our dreams come true or something manifests that we've been looking for. It's a time of great openness and discovery. So, and if I can facilitate in any way to make that possible, reach out to me. I'd love to be of service to you all, and thank you for this opportunity. It's been great. It's wonderful.
I was going to say today has been an absolutely wonderful live reading with our free live preview of California Psychics with Psychic Cameron. This is his very first live stream. And we want to thank you everybody for joining and being so nice to Cameron. And also we will be back next week at the same time with our next free live preview of California Psychics. But for those who are wanting to get that insight ASAP, go ahead and click the link in the description below and you will pull up Psychic Cameron's profile on CaliforniaPsychics.com where you can book, because he will be going online very shortly after he does a couple things. But he will, if you're wanting to continue the live reading experience, make sure to go to CaliforniaPsychics.com. Also, just a couple of compliments. Yes, Cameron did a great job. So definitely just want to give you your props, Cameron, and thank you everybody for joining us today, and have an absolutely wonderful Thanksgiving. And until next time, bye-bye everybody.
Thanks everyone. Thanks. Take care.